Here's the record that's been broken now. This only happened a few months ago. A gentleman was able to, his name was Gareth Murphy. He visited 56 pubs in the course of one day in Cardiff, Wales, earlier this year. That is recognized as a Guinness World Record, or was a few months ago. You have to go to every pub. You have to get receipts from the pub that you had at least one drink there. It doesn't have to be alcoholic. And you have to get witnesses who sign a paper saying you were there at each pub.
A drink doesn't have to be
alcoholic.
It didn't have to be a certain size.
No, it just said a drink. I would bet there is a size that's not included in there, probably 8 ounces at each pub.
Okay.
So the guy from Cardiff, Wales did it, and he went to 56 pubs. Nathan Crimp is 22. He says, I love getting drunk.
Oh.
That's my thing.
Didn't mean to set the record.
Right. Well, this guy said, I'm going to do it. Nathan Crimp said, I'm younger than the other guy. I love to get drunk. I'm going to do it. So...
His parents must be so proud. With just a short amount of planning.
Right. Yep. He went to 67 pubs in one day.
Whoa. In what town?
Beat the record by 9. He was in Brighton, England. He's from England.
Okay.
And he went to, I would imagine you'd have to go to other towns as well.
Brighton's
maybe.
a seaside town, right? I'm sure it might be large-ish.
I don't know. Maybe that's right. I mean, London, of course, you get it done.
Yeah.
Cardiff is big. I don't know about Brighton. Maybe he stayed there. So he went to 67 within 24 hours and beat the record. And he said, so much more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
Of course.
He said, very, very difficult. My plan was to go have an alcoholic beverage at the first one, a non-alcoholic beverage one at the second one, and back and forth. And he said,
22-year-old logic right there.
That's right. And he said, after 15 pubs, I was pissed. Pissed meaning drunk.
Yeah. The English version.
British.
But he kept going.
Oh, yeah. He made it. He had a friend driving him around.
Oh, well.
Which is exactly what you have to do. And he said, I wanted to keep sober for 25 pubs. I was drunk by number 13.
Yeah, I mean.
13, I was drunk. Pissed. He said pissed. Mixed it up. After that, went with more water than beer. But he's like, I love beer. I love Guinness. I go and get it. That's his thing.
You'll die doing that.
That's right. And it's a Guinness record. So
they may have to stop sanctioning that.
Somebody's going to.
Somebody's going to get
alcohol
themselves
poisoning. That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he got it. He won it. And he has been put into the Guinness book. The other gentleman says, job well done. That's Gareth Murphy from Cardiff. Records are made to be broken.
Yeah, they
Mine
I don't
stood
know if
3
they want
months.
that one broken or not.
I started the summer by talking about Gareth Murphy.
That's right. And now look at us. He's history.
He's a footnote now. Exactly. And the guy went to all 67, and by the time it was all said and done, he said, I'm an athlete. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. But if you went and just had water at each one, that spoils it a little, to do it that way. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I was wondering about the size of can you do a shot of water?
And what is the time spent in each?
That's the thing.
Business.
Long enough to have the drink, get the receipt, and get 2 people to sign a thing saying you were there. Witnesses.
And if memory serves, like a lot of pubs, I haven't been to London in a while, but a lot of pubs there close at like 9 or 10. I mean, they're not 24-hour businesses.
Is that right?
By any means. They do not have the last calls like a lot of American cities do. Most of them did not.
In the evening in London, in England, they close earlier than American pubs.
If memory serves, yes. Now, there may be a few.
What about Ireland or Scotland? Are they open really late? I thought that was the thing where they were open till just...
I do remember walking around London and about 10 o'clock at night looking for a place, and a lot of them were closed.
Yeah, I think like your classic pubs, your public houses, they close.
No kidding. I was when I was on the continent in London, I was working, so I didn't have time to do that. I was covering Princess Diana's funeral.
Where's the McDonald's
for our affiliate here? I just hold in my.
That was you covering that?
God! I hold up in my hotel.
Did you get Elton John's interview?
No, I tried for that. I was not able to get Elton John, but I was able to see flowers and
stuff. If you had been working for that pop station and your old co-host, would he have sent you to the Queen's funeral?
I think he would have. He was let's make a big splash.
Yeah.
And he would have, I think, and my wife...
Management would have kicked and he would have gotten his way anyway.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's right. He would have sent me to London to cover the Queen's funeral because it didn't get the proper coverage anywhere else.
I agree.
Grant, you're talking about drinking. Go ahead. And this guy who went to 67 pubs in a day. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. 2-1 in Atlanta. Chris, I'm a fellow Mountaineer alum. And there was a popular pizza joint up there for years that kind of had a beer club, and the more you drank, you got mugs and awards and things like that.
Yeah.
And after about 6 months and 10 kids getting their stomachs pumped trying to get bigger mugs and awards, they had to cancel it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm sure you spearheaded the
I did. I
call to shut it down,
I tried
Kelly.
to stop that.
You're the fun police.
Awesome, Grant. Thank you very much for that phone. I do not recall that. But then again, I was trying to, get places closed.
Yes.
There was the old Klondike Cafe up there.
Yeah?
I went in there one night, and they had dogs in there and people with Birkenstocks and bare feet. And I looked around and said,
This is Boone, North Carolina. Okay.
What is going on here?
Why couldn't I have gone into UNC? I'm supposed to be in the triangle.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
I can be a Tar Heel, not with these heels.
Cannot.
Not dirty heels.
Those are the
All your
dirtiest.
golf shirts pressed, ready to go.
Yes, I had all my Tar Heel blue golf shirts, and I wound up in Boone.
Where's your dashiki, man? My what?
Up at the Klondike. I couldn't believe it. All the patchouli oil that hung in the air and the dirty feet. And I said, my God, what are we doing here? What's going on?
I'm just trying to get a baked spaghetti.
But never. Chris Demm said it right. I told you this years ago, and he was so right. Once there was a very slick coat of ice at Appalachian State University, which of course happened quite often. And there's an area there where you have to go below into a tunnel that's all graffitied to get to main campus. I lived up near the football stadium, and you got to go down there. Well, everybody was trying to get onto those stairs. It was very, very icy, and I thought, well, I'm just going to go around and be real smart and go down the hill that was grass. Well, of course, it was so slick, I busted my tail like you would. I was a freshman. And Chris Demm was right there, looking up at the sky as the sleet rained down upon me.
In pain. Embarrassed.
And while all the other students were like, fat ass, epic fail,
Freshman.
If there had been...
Yeah, the term didn't exist.
Oh, my God. If there had been cameras then, I mean...
That's what you wait for.
And I just screamed, I'm not supposed to be here. Why, God? Why? And the sleet was just coming down on me. It was unbelievable.
Sunny down in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
Oh, sunny and warm.
Yeah.
Sun shower.
I called my friends who got into Chapel Hill. I was like, what's the weather like there?
10 inches of sun.
Spring. Springtime here. Like,
It's
what?
lovely.
It's beautiful, yeah. And I was like, wow, just screaming up at the sky. This guy, Nathan Kremp, who's 22, who went to the 67 pub, said, hardest part, he had to pee so much. Constant.
Yeah, I mean, you're riding in the car and peeing and getting receipts. That's work.
Exactly. And so he said, I thought it was going to be fun. It was all sorts of work. So he says, if my record's broken, I'm not going for it again. He's like, I'll just get drunk with my friends.
And he had the guy with him, the Guinness guy?
He did. He had it. Well, I don't know if he had the guy.
I can't imagine they travel.
He had a friend driving him, but
I guess the receipts.
He got the receipts and the signatures and pictures everywhere he went.
All right.
So
I
he
think
had
we'll find out someday that he was faking this.
Well, that's what
it's possible, I guess. I mean, you could do it. You could fake it.
That's a ton of businesses.
But he said he took pictures and everything. And you were
The
right.
planning alone.
And I was reading into it, too. He got it done in 17 hours. So you're right about them closing. I guess he planned it out so that he went to ones that stayed
You got to
open
be in there
later.
5-10 minutes.
Yeah, quickly. Very quick. 67.
Yeah.
That's a bunch to get to. Maybe a lot of them are all in a row. There's a thing, we used to do it in Boone called a pub crawl. Have you heard of,
Boone or pub crawl?
pub crawls?
Heard of it.
I don't know. They did
Where
it
you go
there.
back and forth between the two back then?
You're just back. Over the,
Do restaurants count as pubs? Can you go to a restaurant bar?
it said here pubs. I don't know. When people would go to the Klondike, I'd go to what's called the Subway right next door. I was accosted there by a homeless.
No.
Oh, here comes that sad freshman. Get the cold cut trio ready. Only bologna will make me feel better tonight.
What a difficult time. Very difficult time.